Many of you probably know that Sake Liga and Free State Agriculture and others are taking Steenhuisen to court because of the fact that he's blocking farmers from actively or proactively fixing this whole foot and mouth disease epidemic we have here in South Africa. But let me just show you something. I'm now here in the informal settlement near Warden in the Eastern Free State, which is the heart of the foot and mouth disease epidemic. And as you can see, the cattle here is absolutely free roaming. They walk here in the street. This one here is eating some trash bags and so on. And all of this is happening while farmers are placed under lockdown. They can't move their cattle, they can't sell their cattle. And this cattle that had been tested by the local farming community is walking freely and spreading the disease everywhere. Now the local farming community is working with this community here, the informal community, to vaccinate their cows and their cattle for them. And they are willing to administer these vaccinations and to pay for them. But Steenhuisen is blocking them from buying vaccines, blocking them from importing vaccines, and blocking them, or any private sector company, from making these vaccines. Now the interesting thing about this is the fact that the vaccines that Steenhuisen imported from Botswana is being sold at 60 rands per dose. Now the private sector can make that for 15 rand a dose and still make a profit, which means that the BE companies that is being importing these vaccines from Botswana and doing a terrible job at it, by the way, is making 300% profit per dose on every vaccine. And just to think about it, we have at least 30 million cattle that need to be vaccinated. So someone is going to become a multi-millionaire if he can make 45 rands profit on 30 million doses times 2, because they need 2 doses, 60 million doses of this vaccine. Interestingly, Steenhuisen wants this to continue. He is fighting this case in court, or expressed his willingness to fight this case in court, to block any private sector person or farmers from administering the vaccines themselves, or procuring the vaccines themselves. And this is why the case is here. And I'm here to make a documentary, or a small documentary, just exposing how terrible Steenhuisen has been for the farming community and the agricultural sector. You see, the 2 previous ANC ministers of agriculture, I think it was Zodwana and Didiza, were also very incompetent, just like Steenhuisen is incompetent. But the difference is, at least they let the farmers deal with their own problems, and that's why the foot and mouth disease has not spread as much as he did under Steenhuisen, because farmers in general could proactively, mostly when there's a problem, fix it themselves, because these previous ANC ministers didn't think that they know better and didn't actively block the farmers from fixing the situation themselves. Steenhuisen, on the other hand, we don't know his motives, but he is actively blocking the farmers from fixing it. And this is why we have the worst epidemic of foot and mouth disease in this country since 1957. You know, back in the day when there was no technology and nothing, that was the last time we had such a bad foot and mouth epidemic. Just think about that for a second. Steenhuisen likes to say, no, you know, he inherited this bad system, and to a certain extent it's true, he did inherit a bad system. I mean, everything in this country is bad, but it's much worse because of him, because of the fact that he is not willing to let people, citizens like us, fix the problems ourselves because government is failing. He wants to enforce the government monopoly on the vaccines and on the administration of them, so that they can continue with this terrible job and keeping the farmers from fixing it themselves.